Good morning, everybody. Happy Columbus Day for all of you that have an Italian heritage, part of our American polyglot of merged together heritage. Out of many, one. That's not the way it's working these days, but that's the way it started a long time ago. I think today's action is going to be decided by the ES. Pretty good volume overnight in all markets because of the selling Friday in the E-mini. If that selling continues today, the financials can rally. If the E-mini gets a nice short covering rally today because of the holiday, come back up and probe and see where resistance really lies, and then the financials can sell. So London, right here, new move down started from 02, so we'll make our sell 1 to 4, and then 7 to 11. And again, my feeling is with no news to drive the trading, it's all going to boil down to which way the E-mini goes. We'll put our first buy 29 to 25, and then 21 to 17. The late rally that started in our session came out of the 16 area right here. 16, 17, we did close strong, as you can see, on Friday, and then the buying in Globex took place. With this kind of buying right here, first place you see some pretty good support. It's going to be right here at 25. Got this high right here at 29. So structurally, that's where that first buy comes from. And we'll see if that holds up. The news over the weekend, more Ebola type symptoms, people being taken to the hospital, isolated. More countries are putting the kibitz on allowing people or flights from the countries that are affected by this. I think Russia had some reported cases. We have a confirmed Ebola case in Dallas from a health worker who was wearing protective garb, but they said the protocol was violated. I mean, if anybody believes that the United States is on top of this and has it under control, you're nuts. They don't. They are reacting just like everybody else. They react and they come out and they make a what they hope is a comforting speech. But my deal is that, you know, what are these people going to say next? Because it's obvious you don't have this under control. It's the same way that virus that paralyzes kids. This is all tied to the immigration problem. They dispersed those kids all over the United States, every state. That disease and the diseases they brought with them have been interjected into the local populations, and we're having all sorts of people get these viruses and get sick now. So it's can the government do anything right anymore? Can the government do any more than spend money recklessly with no strings attached and give speeches? Problem solved. I gave a speech, and that's the situation we find ourselves in now. And my guess is, looking at what's going on right now, they can't. Never been very good at it anyway, so we're just going to have to stumble through this and count on the resiliency of and ingenuity of the population, not Washington, D.C., to get through this. So I'm seeing a trading range day today in all markets. Maybe the E-mini, the selling's over, it pauses until we have a full market, full complement. Comes back tomorrow, and we'll get started playing for such. Okay, the situation in Iraq continues to deteriorate. They are within 8 miles of the airport. There are reports that U.S. troops have gone out and are trying to secure the airport to Baghdad. This isn't good, folks. One of the articles that was put out was talking about how they're going to train the militia and the Sunni reserves to fight ISIS. Well, how long will that take, huh? And if what's going on today is an indication of the future. I mean, you really count on those results. And you have to remember, ISIS is Sunni. They're not Shia. If ISIS were Shia, then training the Sunni militia, you'd have a lot more confidence that they'd be able to pull it off. But I mean, it's a mess right now, and that's where we find ourselves. All predictable. This administration was told not to do it for obvious reasons. They squandered another manageable situation, certainly not peace by our definition, but definitely a manageable situation. And now we're paying the consequences for it. Okay, the knob spread did widen. It can come in today a little bit if the market pauses off of profit taking. It's been very, very strong, so we'll play for a trading range here, selling 31s to 03s, then 7s to 11, and on the buy side 17 to 21, and then 9 to 13. But it all boils down to which way does the E-mini trade today. Okay, looking at gold, some Chinese official, and I forget who it was, it maybe could have been the head of the Shanghai Stock Exchange, I don't remember, said that the general population of China bought 2,000 tons of gold last year, the retail account. And that's a lot of gold. And why do they do it? To protect themselves from the government. So gold rallied with the selling in the E-mini. You can see it here. It's a risk-off investment. The E-mini found stability overnight and started to rally back. So the selling starts in London at 33. Last rotate up was 31. We're at 27. So 30 to 33 will be sell 1. And then our 35 to 37 sell 2. On the buy side, 23 to 25 buy 1. Then 18 to 20 buy 2. If the selling in the E-mini continues, the rally in gold, or we should retrace or head back up, retest resistance. But I don't think again, without some big help from the E-mini, I don't think we can break it out of its current range. Okay, the euro is up. Why is the euro rallying? Because the United States says central bank says they do not like a strong dollar. Taken concrete steps to change the dollar right now, but you can see when Asia opened up, the market starts to rally. London was higher, so we're back into our resistance area at our 27, give or take. So our first sell is going to be 27, 27.10. And then this high is 22, so 20 to 30 will be sell 2. On the buy side, we're currently at 94, so this 75 area looks somewhat attractive. Again, I really don't like getting long the euro, but I do know why it's trading higher than 50 to 60 will be buy 2. So leaning against 50 I think is reasonable just because it's 50. But I like the short side better because of the fuel energy situation in the EU, the contracting economies, and their inability to defend themselves. For sure the United States isn't going to come rushing to their side either, given what's going on. If I were in Europe, I wouldn't count on it. Okay, looking at crude, the situation in Iraq is deteriorating. And Anbar, the Anbar province is due west and to the northwest of Baghdad, and it's under pressure right now. The little city of Anbar has fallen, Abu Ghraib has fallen, and they're within 8 miles of the Baghdad probably not International Airport anymore. And they do have shoulder-fired missiles, probably a great deal of which we have furnished now that have been stolen from us. Isn't it great that we send all this stuff over there and leave it in their hands, and now we got to go destroy it from the air if we choose to do that? I mean, this is just incompetence on display right and left. Okay, we're at 64. Last rotate up stopped at 90. We have the selling from 50. So we got inside the congestion area. It's leaning B. So this very, very aggressive. 75 to 85 is sell 1. 25 to a quarter is sell 2. On the buy side, we're rejecting prices below 84. So 84, 84 and a quarter buy 1. And then 50 to 75 buy 2. Okay, to everybody's favorite contract. And the E-mini has returned to its glory days. And why has it returned to the glory days? Because it can actually sell now. And it's been run through very, very long periods where that wasn't possible for it to sell. So we had a rally up, and we've got resistance basically at 1902. Then in the 1905, 1907 area. So this is 1, this is 2. And then we had the start of the selling in 15 to 17. So right here, I mean, ideally right now, selling a 1450, leaning against this area, would be a structural sell. We've gotten through these single prints here. 50% into these single prints takes us in that 3 to 5 area, so we'll make sell 1, 4 to 6. Let them get stops above the overnight session high. Then 9 to 11 for sell 2. The conditions haven't changed between Friday that brought on the selling on Friday. On the buy area, we extended up from 89. We're at 98 right now. We've got this low over at 94, so 93, 95. This is very, very aggressive. Would like to watch and see what happens there. The 85, 87 area looks pretty solid. And then we got our 89 to 91 for buy 2. So I think we got pretty good support, 85 to 90, and I think we got pretty good resistance, 5 to 10. And that's the way we'll get started to play it. But the inside numbers are very, very aggressive, as you might expect. That's all I have for right now. It is a holiday. The New York banks are closed. It's a banking holiday that tends to kill activity. But today might be a little different, so we'll see how everything shakes out. Any questions? It'll take at least 15 minutes to get everything done. I'm going to get busy on that right now. And I'll be back with you as soon as possible.